There's a strange irony in being the person everyone counts on. You show up. You stay steady. You keep your word. And somewhere along the way, you become invisible. Not because you've done anything wrong, but because you've done everything right. You've become the light that never goes out. And no one notices a light until it's gone. Maybe this is you. You're the one who shows up early, stays late, carries the weight without complaint. At work, you're dependable. At home, you're the anchor. In your community, you're the one people call. And you do it quietly. Without fanfare. Without expectation. But when was the last time someone thanked you? Not for something extraordinary. Just for being there. When was the last time your consistency was celebrated, instead of assumed? You've become strong by necessity. Reliable by habit. And in the process, you've become easy to overlook. Because people don't worry about what's always there. They take comfort in it. They lean on it. They depend on it. But they rarely stop to acknowledge it. Think about a streetlight on your block. It turns on every evening. Without fail. Year after year. You pass it on your way home. You feel safer because it's there. But you never look up at it. You never think about it. You never mention it. Because it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. But the moment it goes dark, everyone notices. People talk about it. They call the city. They complain. They remember it existed. Not because it failed them, but because its absence reminded them of what they had been taking for granted. You are that light. Steady. Present. Faithful. And the truth is, most people won't see your value until you're no longer there. If this message is speaking to you, take a quiet moment and subscribe. These stories are made for people who've lived, learned, and are still reflecting. And you're always welcome here. Here's the part that stings. People often don't appreciate you while you're present. They appreciate you after you stop. After you retire. After you move away. After you get sick. After you're gone. That's when the stories come out. They were always there for me. I don't know how they did it. I wish I had told them. But being missed is not the same as being valued. And waiting until someone is absent to acknowledge their presence isn't honor. It's regret with a delay. You shouldn't have to disappear to be seen. You shouldn't have to break to be considered. You shouldn't have to stop giving for people to realize what you gave. And yet, that's often how it goes. Because consistency doesn't demand attention. It just keeps showing up. And in a world that celebrates the loud, the flashy, the dramatic, quiet faithfulness gets overlooked. Not because it doesn't matter, but because it doesn't make noise. So what do? You don't become bitter. You don't stop being dependable. You don't punish people for not noticing. But you do stop waiting for absence to be your voice. You start speaking while you're still here. Not with anger. Not with resentment. But with clarity. You set boundaries. You say no when you need to. You let people know when you feel unseen. Because love doesn't require silence. And strength doesn't require suffering in secret. You can be kind and still be clear. You can be generous and still expect respect. You can be steady and still ask to be seen. And the people who truly value you, they'll listen. They'll adjust. They'll appreciate you now, not later. The ones who don't, they were never really seeing you anyway. Value should not require disappearance. Appreciation should not wait for loss. You deserve to be honored while you're still here. Being the light that never goes out is not a weakness. It's a gift. A discipline. A choice. But it should never make you invisible. Don't wait for people to realize your worth when you're no longer around. Don't let silence be the only testimony to your sacrifice. Speak. Set boundaries. Ask for what you need. Not because you're demanding, but because you're worthy. Dependability is a strength, not a sentence. And you deserve to be valued now. Not when you're gone. Now. Subscribe for more timeless stories that will touch your heart and keep you thinking long after the video ends.